Hey everybody, Uncle Gary here. I wanted to get this video out the door really quickly because so many people are asking what's going to happen with the interest rates. Should we buy a property if we don't own one? Should I sell my property if I do own one? Or if I've got too many properties, should I be selling some of them? And it's a really good question because it's on everyone's minds, and clearly these are big financial decisions that are happening here. But what I'm noticing is not so much what's actually happening with the interest rates and what, the Federal Reserve is doing or the Bank of Canada. What I'm noticing is more that everyone's getting worked up into a frenzy. And that's going to be the kicker here. It's not so much what's happening as how you deal with what's happening. You kind of know it's either going to go up by more percentage points, or it's going to stabilize, or it's going to go down. But the point of that is map out what you would do in each of those three scenarios. There's no reason to go into a flat panic. I see so many people, and I have a term for what I see. I call it getting wrapped around the axle. So many people are whipping themselves up into a frenzy that they're actually not making clear decisions, regardless of whether what's going to happen is bad, good, or indifferent. They're absolutely stressed out in the moment because they're worried about something that could happen. So here's the thing. If you don't own a home, there's a good chance interest rates will either stay high or they might even go a little bit higher. So you got to check your affordability. If you can't afford a home at the prices, then work out what price you could afford a home given the interest rates, and give yourself a little bit of a buffer, what's called a stress test. A buffer above by maybe, let's say interest rates go up another percent, or maybe interest rates go down by 0.5%. So err on the side of them going up if you're not sure. But that'll give you some clarity if you don't own a home and you're considering buying one. The second one is you own a home and you're not sure whether you can afford it, whether you should sell it, or what you should do. Well, again, do your calculations, know the situation that you're in, not in a stressed way because you spoke to your friends or your brother-in-law or your cousin or whatever, but because you've actually done the numbers, you've done your calculations to understand if the interest rates go up, what kind of costs would I be incurring, and can I bear that cost? If you can't bear the cost, then you have a set of actions that you can take. Contact the bank that lent you the money. Start discussing whether you can change the amortization or the duration of the mortgage. Start looking at other ways that you can supplement your income. Get a second job. Start acting on that now. But none of that requires a flat panic. It requires careful planning and then an assessment of choices or options that you have. And the last one is if you own multiple properties and you're not sure if you should unwind some of them, well, again, check if the properties are cash flow positive, cash flow negative. That means is the money that you're bringing in from the rental income covering all of the mortgage costs and the maintenance fees and the repairs and the city taxes, etc. If you are not covering those, that would be called cash flow negative. That means money is net flowing out of your account. Then you want to start looking at what can you do to try and reverse that. Or if it's not possible to reverse that, then look and see what the property prices in the area are and check if it would pay you to divest of one of the properties. At the end of the day, you'll find that opportunities will knock again. It's not like if you sell a property, you'll never get one again. It is a difficult decision to make, and sometimes it was really hard to work and earn the money or do the necessary things that you had to buy the properties that you have. But at the end of the day, there'll be other opportunities. Times will come again where you'll get opportunities. Maybe it's because interest rates will continue to go up and people won't be able to hold on to them. Or maybe it's because the interest rates will come down and people will start being, able to rent, properties for more money or less, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't really make a difference. The point is how you deal with each situation, and not how you panic about the situation. So do your numbers, know where you're actually standing, go ahead and estimate with a buffer, do your own stress testing. That's what the banks do. They apply a stress test measure to see if the interest rates do this or that, what kind of loan, defaults would we see, etc., etc. So that's what this video is about. Regardless of what happens, interest rates go up, interest rates go down. It doesn't really make as much difference as how you deal with it, because there'll be uncertainty no matter what you do. So map out the 3 or 4 things that you think could happen. As unpleasant as that may be, map them out and go through the calculations. It's a really, really important thing to make clear and concise, be clear and concise in your decision-making process, not in a flat panic or, getting wound up or wrapped around the axle, as I call it, with, talking to everybody and friends and getting on Twitter and noticing, how amped up everyone gets. So mind the mental state that you're in. It sounds like a strange thing to say, but that I think is the most valuable advice I can offer as Uncle Gary. So go ahead and give me your thoughts down below, and don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel so that you get to hear when new content launches. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.